Morning traders, and this is your Dax day trade setup for today. So just starting off on the weekly, just want to highlight a few little things here. So the very first thing is, okay, just want to pick up that swing high. So we've got a swing high here, quite a few, it's quite a few years ago, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years ago, 4 years ago, sorry. Anyway, we have broken through that level, but we have bounced here, and it looks like we've picked up pretty much on the previous swing low here. And if I look at my oscillator, especially my Williams percentage odds, indicating that we're pretty much oversold, we need to be looking for a move to the upside, but my stochastics are not really agreeing with that, although they are separating. So you can see the two elements of the stochastics are separating, which does sort of start looking like this. And they separate, and then they come together, and they cross over, and they move to the downside. So this could be a level we need to focus on, but I'm of the opinion that we need a retest of this double top here. Okay, so that is 10, 6, 2, 3, and then I still think we've got more downside to come. We could even get a higher retest up to close this gap before moving to downside as well. But that's kind of the view that I've got long term. Right now, it's not a place to jump in. There's a lot going on at the moment, so it's going to be really fairly risky to jump in with a short here. You want to see some kind of a retest. You want to see these oscillators coming off the bottom, moving up into the middle or to the top preferably, before looking for the next short. So for now, I want to go there. For now, I think we're probably going to see some kind of a bounce. And in fact, the markets are bouncing at the moment for some reason. So the DAX is sitting at 11,479. I just want to see where that is. So we are pretty much from the close about 70 points stronger. Okay. If you look at these tails to the downside, tails to the upside, there's a lot of confusion happening here. So for me, it's not an area to be short. Could be a bit of a long scalp, but I do expect, there's my two levels pretty much that I'm looking for. I do expect these two levels to hold up. I mean, if you look at how many times we've bounced off this level here of 11,550, I do expect us to come and test that and bounce back. It may be a short-term bounce, or it may be a continuation to the downside. So that's kind of the view that I've got at the moment. So if you look at the hour, you can see lots of confusion still. The trend is still down over 2 days, but with price up here at the moment, we've probably crossed over these moving averages at the moment. So yeah, so I'm expecting some kind of a bounce, and these are the levels I'll be looking at to get back in short. So it's 11,550 and 11,623. I think it's going to change my mind that we need to start looking for longer term longs is pretty much a break above this level up here, 11,831. Okay, so that's kind of my view at the moment. We are forming a bit of a triangle. If you look at it this way, so we are forming a little bit of a triangle. We have to see what happens. We may just break up to the upside, come back to test the triangle, hold, and then rally, or we may fake out and then reverse. And that's what we've been doing most of this week anyway, is fake out and then reverse. Okay, this extreme volatility yesterday is a little bit worrying because it's very difficult to trade this kind of stuff unless you're trading a 3-minute or a 5-minute chart. So yeah, so I think that's my view at the moment. What I do want to do though before we close off is just switch across to the ichimoku. So I do like using the ichimoku to just to validate my levels. Okay, there is my major level that I'm looking at. If we look at the hour, everything is bearish at the moment. So the cloud is bearish, Chiku span is bearish, Kijisen Tigensen is bearish, although we are moving together, which looks like we're going to get a bullish cross. But that's the only bullish signal. We are quite far from Kijisen, and look at all these tails. Tails to the upside, tails to the downside, which is confusion. So Kijisen lines up quite nicely with this level here, and sort of the underside of the cloud, this side, nothing really to write home about there, but that is bearish, and the daily is extremely bearish at the moment as well. Okay, so yeah, for me at the moment, trend is still down. What we're looking for is a move to the upside somewhere along something. I still believe it's one of these two levels, 11,535 or 11,555, 11,560. Sorry, there's a daily level up here as well, which wouldn't surprise me in the least, which is 11,600. So that's what I'm looking for. A bit of a bounce back to that level and then another move to the downside. Okay, even if we do get through these levels, I suspect we'll have a short-term bounce and then bounce back to the downside. So for me, the trend is currently down, and that's what we need to trade. It's a messy downtrend over the last 2 weeks and extremely volatile this week. But I still believe that is what we need to trade. Okay, so anyway, guys, that's it for me today. Hope it helps, and I'll catch you later. Cheers for now.